Welcome to the Pixels and Projects podcast. Today we're going to the toolbox to talk about digging in there and streamlining that mess. Right, Johnson?
So here's the thing. We've all been in meetings or, on a project where there are just too many tools in play. Communication starts getting messy. Tasks slip through the cracks and, this is key, even the most basic processes feel, clunky.
Oh my gosh, yes. It's like you spend more time switching between tools than actually getting any work done.
Exactly. And there's a statistic I want to share. Teams using over 7 digital tools report 30% higher rates of miscommunication. 30%. That's almost a third of communication efforts just getting, lost.
Whoa, 30%. That's crazy. And let me tell you, I've been there. There was this one time.
Go on, I'm curious.
Okay, so we had like 10 tools at one point for this project. We're talking Teams, Trello, another tool for time tracking, then 3 apps for document sharing. It got so bad, we literally missed a deadline because half the files ended up on some tool no one even remembered to check. It was just, chaos.
That sounds like a nightmare.
Oh, it was. But I learned something. If we just streamlined it all down to the essentials, things would have been so much smoother. I mean, why were we using 3 tools just to collaborate on a document? And yes, email counts too.
Honestly, that's such a great point, and you're not alone there. I worked with a client that went through a similar experience. They had, get this, 3 separate video conferencing tools after a merger. It was bleeding money, confusing for employees, and slowing workflows down. By consolidating to one platform, they saved $27,000 a year, 27 grand, and they simplified their lives.
That's huge. And I bet employee satisfaction jumped too. I mean, who wants to deal with the headache of figuring out which app to use every single time?
Right? And it's not just about saving money. It's about making life easier for your team. Less frustration, better productivity. Tools should work for you, not against you. That's kind of the point, isn't it?
Right. And speaking of making life easier for the team, another key factor is matching the tools to your team size. Like, not every team needs the same thing. It's not a one-size-fits-all kind of deal.
Absolutely. And the key is keeping it simple for smaller teams. For less than 10 people, tools like Slack for communication, Trello for task management, and Google Workspace for documents are often all you really need. Anything more, and you're just adding complexity where it's not necessary.
Oh, for sure. I mean, a small team doesn't need a Cadillac of project management tools if a skateboard gets the job done, right?
Exactly. Now, when you move up to medium teams, say between 10 and 50 people, that's when a bit more structure helps. Platforms like Monday.com or ClickUp. They combine task management, time tracking, and reporting all in one, which stops things from spiraling.
That makes total sense. With medium teams, you've got to make sure everyone's on the same page without things getting bogged down. But what about the big guys, like those enterprise teams?
Enterprise teams need more robust solutions, for sure. That's where platforms like Jira, paired with Confluence or maybe the Microsoft suite, really shine. They're built to handle large-scale projects while focusing on security and scalability, which, let's face it, becomes non-negotiable as the headcount grows.
Scalability is such a big deal. I mean, if the tools can't keep up, your whole system kind of collapses. But it's not just size, though, right? The type of project plays a huge role, too.
Oh, no doubt. For example, creative teams usually need something more visually oriented, like Miro or Figma, for brainstorming and collaboration. And then you've got engineering teams. GitHub is a no-brainer there, especially since it integrates directly with code repositories.
Right. And client-facing projects, you can't exactly share brainstorming sketches with clients. You need something polished, like Microsoft Teams or WebEx, for those big presentations.
Exactly. It makes a world of difference when the tools align with the actual needs of the project. Let me tell you about a product launch I managed years ago. We made the classic mistake, picked a tool that looked great on paper, but wasn't suited for the project. Midway through the launch, Critical information got lost because the tool didn't handle real-time updates effectively. It nearly derailed the entire thing.
Oh no, that sounds like a nightmare. What did you do to turn it around?
We had to pivot fast, swap to a different platform halfway through. Yeah, not ideal, but it worked. Honestly, the lesson stuck with me. The right tool isn't just about features, it's about fit. The wrong tool can cause way more problems than it solves.
Totally. And I feel like that's a lesson every project manager has to go through at least once. Like, tools are there to help, not be a hurdle. That's why thinking through both team size and project type is so crucial upfront.
No doubt about it. The more intentional you are with your choices, the smoother everything runs. After figuring out the right tools for your team size and project type, there's another equally important piece to the puzzle: regularly evaluating those tools. It's not exactly a set it and forget it situation, is it?
Oh, not at all. You've got to stay on top of this stuff. I always tell people quarterly audits should be your best friend in project management. They're a game changer.
Absolutely. Because without those audits, tool sprawl sneaks up on you before you even know it. One client I worked with saved $27,000 just by consolidating overlapping tools. That's not pocket
No
change.
way. That's incredible. And it's not just the cost savings either. It's about eliminating confusion for the team too. Like, why waste time hunting for files across three different platforms, right?
Exactly. And that's where quarterly user experience surveys come in. Actually asking your team about pain points, features they wish they had, or even what tools they downright avoid altogether. It's amazing what you can learn.
Oh, seriously. I mean, just the other day, someone told me they've been keeping their to do list on sticky notes because they find their company's project management tool so clunky. Can you imagine?
Unfortunately, I can. That's why those surveys are such a powerful tool. They uncover those hidden frustrations you'd never know about otherwise. And the sooner you address those issues, the better.
Right. But I think there's one more piece to this puzzle. Before you roll out any tool company wide, test it. Seriously, pilot it with a small group first. It's like trying on shoes. Would you wear a new pair all day without seeing if they fit?
Exactly. I always recommend creating a test team with a mix of departments and working styles. That feedback can save you from making a very expensive mistake.
And not just expensive. You risk team morale too. If folks feel like tools are being forced on them without any input, they're less likely to use them. Pilots build buy in, which makes adoption so much smoother.
Couldn't agree more. Speaking of smoother processes, we are developing a tech stack assessment chatbot that's tailored to helping teams looking to streamline their tools.
Can't wait. But seriously, if you're feeling overwhelmed by your tech stack, it's not about using all the latest and greatest tools. It's about finding what fits your actual workflow.
Exactly. Remember, tools should serve your team's needs, not the other way around. Thoughtfully choosing and auditing your tools isn't just smart project management, it's smart leadership.
And on that note, I think we've covered a lot today, from minimizing tool overload to finding the perfect tech stack for your team's size and needs. Honestly, this has been such a rich conversation.
It really has. And for our listeners, take what resonates and start small. Whether it's an audit, a survey, or trying out a new tool, every step counts.
Absolutely. And hey, if you've got any stories or tips about managing tech tools, we'd love to hear them. Let us know.
All right, that's all for today, folks. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, the best tools aren't just efficient, they should make your team feel empowered. See you next time.